Hello beauties, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Shahrazad, and I love colorful makeup. Today I'm going to do another to buy or not to buy video. In these videos I talk about makeup that has been recently released or announced, and I tell you if I'm picking anything up and generally my opinion. Also, I encourage you to do the same in the comments box below. Tell me if there is anything I forgot to talk about, if you're picking any of the stuff I talked about, or just your opinion on the releases. Also, I'm going to do this eye look with Flare palette from Beaute. This is the inside of the palette. At the moment that I'm filming this, Beaute is having a sale on all of its palettes. This palette is also included. And they are also releasing something new that I will be talking about in this video. Also for this look, I'm going to use one color from Palettopoly just because the other palette did not allow for very dark looks. If all of that sounds good to you beauties, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Now let's go into the video. I am going to get started with Painterly from MAC. I'm sure some of you are wondering, where in the world are you that you're wearing short sleeves? Believe it or not, I'm in Austin. Apologies for the car noise in the background. Yes, Austin did have a freeze like 2 weeks ago. And yes, it is 76 degrees right now in Austin. I literally thought about going to the pool today. It's President's Day. I have the day off and I absolutely needed it, friends. I wanted to go to the pool, but instead I went to a hot yoga class and I feel so proud of myself. As you saw, we're using this beauty from Beaute because there is something coming out from Beaute, so I'm super excited about it. Also, before I forget, I do have my candle here. It's a little later in the day, so I don't have coffee, but I do have a tea, and there are 2 tea bags. I'm reusing my coffee cup, okay? The coffee cup used to have coffee in it, but I have like 2 tea bags in here. Don't judge. I really need the caffeine. Okay, friends, let's get started because I'm planning on finishing this fast. So Bella Beaute Bar is coming out with a few things. They have sneak peeked a few things, well, actually 2 things. One is this Make Your Own Magic. When I saw the inside, I thought it might be just a magnetic type of palette. Apparently, if you want, you can purchase this as a build your own palette type of thing, but it does come alongside 9 new hand-pressed multichromes, friends. Let me actually scooch over. Do I have a price? I don't have a price, but with Bella Beaute Bar, friends, you can use someone's code. The other thing they're coming out with this, and beauties, you know how I feel about gigantic palettes. It's usually a no for me, but Bella Beaute Bar is a brand that has been of interest. It was one of the brands that I put on my list of brands to try this year. So I would love to see what it looks like. Again, friends, I know many people have codes with Bella Beaute Bar, so if you purchase anything from them, don't forget to use someone's code. The other thing, friends, that I wanted to talk about is Oden's Eyes release. And if you remember, I told you all that I really want to pick this up. I love the creators that collabed with Oden's Eye, and Oden's Eye has been on my list of brands to try, and I thought this is the perfect collab. So what did I do? I was on that website 3 minutes before launch when these palettes became available. I pressed buy, I went to the checkout, and you know what happened? It told me you need to stand in line. This is the screen that showed up. You need to stand in line. You have less than a minute to get to the top of the line and pay for the palettes. And it was supposed to have scarves, I believe, and ribbons or something with it. What ended up happening, friends? You would not believe. I was in that darn line for over a day. And yes, I'm talking about over 24 hours. What I ended up having to do was work from home because I was like, if this becomes available, I need to purchase it. But after, I want to say probably 30-ish hours, I gave up. And I just went on their website, realized that that whole ribbon thing was sold out, which I assumed would be sold out because that, I think it was only available to the first 1,000 people. So I ended up buying the bundle that was still available. And according to my email, it's already in the process of shipping, so hopefully I'll receive that. But friends, this was not the best of shopping experiences. This is just ridiculous. I sent Oden's Eye an email and they were apologetic, and they did tell me that they'll make sure I receive whatever I was in the line for and so on. And then I wrote to them if they were going to send me the ribbons, and they kind of did not acknowledge that in their follow-up email. So, but I'm waiting for these palettes. Hopefully I'll get them. I'm so excited to get them. Hopefully they're going to get to me sooner rather than later, friends, because I'm going again on another international trip end of March, early April. So I'm going to be out of the country for a few weeks. Some of you who've been following me for a little bit know that I do that a few times a year, and now is that time of the year. So I'm probably not going to purchase anything that's not going to get to me before end of March. So what I mean is, if there's anything that's going to have to take that long to get to me, usually international purchases, I'm just going to hold off on purchasing and I'll buy it after I come back. Last time, friends, I missed out on some of the releases, some of the Christmas releases, like Oden's Eye's Christmas palettes, because of that. But it is what it is. And it is very ironic that I'm making this video at this time of the year, having very wintry nails. Let me show you my nails a minute. Yes, my nails have snow on them because ideally, well, maybe not ideally, but this time of the year, people are usually in the snow, dealing with the snow in the US. But look at us in Austin. It's like summertime already. I'm going to jump into this color called Mulberry with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to put this in my crease. So there's going to be a few brands today that I don't think I've ever talked about. One of them is going to be this one. Elsewhere Cosmetics is coming out with this palette called Royalty Volume 1. I'm guessing there's going to be more volumes. This palette, friends, it's pretty, but it's very 2018. Neutral with a pop of blue, right? And you all know how I feel about that. I think the brand could have gotten a little more adventurous. Those blues don't look that different. I mean, when you have 9 shades, come on. However, the palette's relatively decently priced. It's already available and it is $17. The next thing is this one, Hunnideux. It's actually Hunnideux, like French word for two, but maybe it's Hunnideux, I don't know. Cosmetics in collaboration with Strawberry Shortcake, and I think I've mentioned to you all when we talked about Strawberry Shortcake release from Glamlight that I love Strawberry Shortcake. I kind of grew up with Strawberry Shortcakes. I used to have a doll, a music box, and a doll, a Strawberry Shortcake doll inside of it, so it takes me back to good old times. And I find this super cute. Am I gonna buy one? I don't know, friends. Tell me what you all think. Have you ever used this brand? I like to know more about brands before purchasing anything. I have mentioned I'm looking for palettes that are different. And, you know, these are kind of cute, but they're not that different. Frankly, the Strawberry Shortcake one actually resembles a lot the one from Glamlight, although I don't have that either. Also, the two yellow palettes look kind of the same. Maybe not entirely. Anyway, super cute. I mentioned in my last to buy or not to buy that Clionadh is now doing a rolling restock, which means that they're just gonna every once in a while restock a few of their shadows. If that is something you've been waiting for, this might be your chance to pick something up. I'm looking at the list. It seems like some of their circle shades or circle pans are also included in this release. So just in case that is what you've been waiting for. Okay, beauties, I'm picking a packing brush and I'm going into this color Aubergine. Not really an aubergine color. An aubergine color would be darker than this, but it's all good. I am putting this in the outer V area. Friends, the next thing I want to talk about are new releases from Pastel Roses UK. Pastel Roses is also one of the brands I mentioned that I really want to try this year. So I'm kind of excited about this new release. They are releasing new Multichrome singles and new limited edition heart-shaped pressed pigments and also pressed glitters. Now, I'm not interested in pressed glitters. Heart-shaped pressed pigments, they're cute. They look like shimmers, and I don't know, in my head I always think of pigment that are not eye safe, like matte pigments that are not eye safe as pressed pigments. So I'm kind of curious what kind of pigment these are. They're cute though. Will I pick something up? I don't know for certain. They are already available. I also think that Pastel Roses UK. Was it Pastel Roses UK? No, it was Pretty's for Your Face. Friends, Pretty's for Your Face was having a sale. I saw the ads for it today. Hopefully the sale is still available by the time this video goes up. And if it is, I'll put some detail on the screen. If there is something you've been interested in picking up from either of these brands, check their websites. Am I going to pick this up? I need to think. I'm excited about the Multichromes. The issue about Pastel Roses UK is that it's coming from UK, and I just mentioned that I'm not going to be here in 3 weeks. Is it going to take faster than that to get to me? I don't know. If any of you know how fast Pastel Roses delivers, write it in the comments below so that I know. Some of these look gorgeous. Like, you all know how much I love green to purple shift or gold to purple shift. Yes, I love it. Friends, I had to talk about this one because this is so cute. Spectrum Collections, and I'm guessing that's a makeup brand. I don't know if I've ever heard of that or I've ever talked about it. But they're collabing with Pusheen. Oh my god, this is so cute. The collection is called Give Me Space. Total cat vibes. And this is what it looks like. It's going to include a brush set, a makeup bag, a kabuki brush, and sponge trio. If you've been watching this channel, you know I love cats. You know I kind of can't control myself near cats or cat themed things. Realistically, I don't have a need for those makeup sponges because I don't really put anything on my face other than moisturizer, but I could gift it to somebody. Honestly, I also don't really need the makeup bag. I have plenty and I don't even use the ones that I own. I need to think about this one, but it's super cute. So if one of you tell me you want to pick it up, I'm gonna live vicariously through you and I'll be jealous, eternally jealous. The next thing I want to talk about is this one I keep seeing an ad for. And this is from Kristen Leigh Cosmetics. And it looks to be just one sort of maybe borderline highlighter, borderline eyeshadow, sort of iridescent multichrome eyeshadow called Pinata. Looks absolutely gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know if any of you have purchased this. Let me know. Beauties, I saw this release from Profusion. They are releasing Empowered Butterfly Collection. It has an eyeshadow palette and a few other things, like it seems like it comes with 2 blushes at $5 a piece. The palette is $14. I mean, Profusion, people tell me, is sold at Walmart. I've never seen it at Walmart, but it's going to be Walmart prices. And then it comes with 3 glossy lips for $7 and 3 soft matte lips. It's called Soft Matte Lip Cream Gel, also for $7. And then you're gonna get some false lashes and some face stickers. And all of this is available now. Everything is less than $15. I mean, minus tax and stuff. But yeah, this looks nice. The only thing is that the palette has a lot of pastel colors. And I've mentioned in the past that I don't do pastel colors, don't look good on me. Because I have very dark features, they wash me out. It looks like I'm wearing very low quality stuff. And also the palette doesn't have enough dark colors. So if I want to use this palette by itself and not combine it with another palette that has dark colors, I'm going to totally look like I'm using something low grade. But it's beautiful. I can imagine this palette looking very nice on someone who has very light features. Moving on to the next things, beauties. And this is the reason why I'm using Ace Beaute today. Friends, Ace Beaute is coming out with a new palette. This palette is called Smoky Roses. And it is nice. It kind of reminds me of a combination of a few of the Naked palettes from Urban Decay. It's literally a cool tone palette with 2 warm tone colors in it. Okay, I had a cool tone palette from ColourPop, the Fame palette, which was a cool tone neutral colors. Was it the Fame or the Fortune palette? I don't remember, but I sold it on Mercari because I just used it once or twice maximum. I was not using it, so I can't see myself using something like this. But I feel like you all, if you've been following my channel, you knew this. I didn't even have to tell you that. But if you like these kinds of colors, it's beautiful. And friends, I can totally vouch for Ace Beaute. It has beautiful matte colors, very nice mattes, pigmented, blendable, super nice. And I also do like their shimmers. This is already available. In fact, I was on Ace Beaute's website today and they were having a sale, and a lot of their palettes, frankly, majority of the palettes they released, I want to say before middle of last December, were on sale, including this one, including Paletopoly, including a lot of stuff. So friends, if you've been waiting on a sale from Ace Beaute, now might be your chance. If I were you, I would check out their website. This palette came out on the 17th. I do believe, if I remember correctly, that on Ace Beaute you can use someone's code on top of whatever you're buying. Don't forget to use that if you want to get some additional money off. Okay, beauties, I'm getting some fallout under my eye. That's okay, I'm not too worried about that. Let's continue. The next thing I wanted to talk about, friends, is from It's Belle Cosmetics. It seems like they're now releasing the Cool Summer palette colors as singles, and it seems like you can buy each of these colors at $3 a piece, and they're already available. I went quickly on the website and I saw that the whole palette was available. I do have the palette here. Let me quickly show it to you. And this is my palette. This color came shattered, so it looks a little shattered. I saw that majority of these colors, I'm not 100% sure if every single one was available, but majority of the colors looked like they were available on the site. If you want to buy them as singles, now if you missed out on the palette, now is your chance. I think the palette itself is also available. Maybe it's out for a little bit, but it's available. I do have a review of this palette that I'll tag here if you're curious before you make a purchase. I remember that I used, I believe, every single color in the palette in like multiple eye looks. Friends, the next thing I wanted to talk about is a new product from Unearthly Cosmetics. Unearthly is a brand I've talked about quite a few times in this channel. They're now releasing a palette of water activated liners, and there's going to be 12 pans, but each is a split pan. So there's going to be 24 water activated liner colors in this palette. I'm not really an eyeliner person, as you noticed. I don't really use eyeliners much in my channel. Otherwise, I would totally pick this up. I am absolutely fascinated and curious about water activated liners. It's just, judging by the fact that I rarely use liners, I feel like this is going to be something that I'm going to buy. It's just going to be left around the house until I sell it on Mercari, you know, and I don't know if I want to do that. Another thing is that the colors are not that exciting. I think they could have done some pinks and purples and reds. I do find some dupe-ish type of colors in this palette. The name of the palette is New Mood, and I think Mood comes from the fact that the girl on the cover looks like sort of a cow. That's kind of cute. Friends, now that we talked about eyeliners, I also have to mention that these that are Adept Cosmetics' new eyeliners that came in their mystery bundle are now available on their website. If you were waiting on purchasing any of these, if you saw unboxings and you liked some of the colors, now is your chance. You can go on their website. It says that normal pigments are sold. If you're buying them with normal pigment, it's going to be $10. If you're buying them with expensive pigments, it's going to be $17 a piece. I have not opened any of these because I don't use eyeliners that often, and I'm afraid I will open these and they're just going to sit somewhere and dry up. So I might just either gift it to somebody or sell them on Mercari or something. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them yet. But that is part of the reason why I haven't swatched any for you all. Also, La Cienega palette is also available. This was the palette that was in their mystery bundle, and now it's available as a I'm guessing permanent product on their website. I'm going to do some eye looks with this palette and review it for you all in a little bit, so stay tuned for that if you're curious. I know I'm not a sort of a matte neutral type of a person, although matte neutrals look amazing on pretty much everybody. So I'm looking forward to doing something different with this palette. Yeah, why not? Stepping out of my comfort zone. Friends, the next thing I wanted to talk about is from CXC Beauty. I think I have talked about them sporadically here and there in this channel before. They seem to be coming out with these 9 pans. And the two that are on the far left side look very nice to me. I'm not going to pick any of them up. Of course, all the other ones are purely neutral, so not my thing. But as I said, the two colorful ones did make me do a double take. And these are going to be, they're already available. They're going to be $27 a piece, or you can buy the whole bundle for $150. Also, friends, you can use someone's code with this brand. Just letting you all know if you want to pick anything up. And I did want to talk about these from LA Cosmetics, the quads. They're called Foreplay. Have I talked about these? I thought I've talked about these, and I vaguely remember mentioning I obviously like the teal one and the mauve one, but I also like the one that's on the right hand side at the bottom. It does look neutral, friends, but it does make me wonder how many colors I can get out of that. It's sort of olivey, and it's exciting to me. The orange one doesn't look bad either. Anyway, friends, these should already be available at Ulta. Do I have a price? I don't have a price. Okay, beauties, I'm going to quickly use a little bit of glitter primer on my eyes while we're going to talk about these two items. So there's this brand called Stacy Alex, and it's released two very interesting, albeit gigantic palettes. Now, you all know how I feel about gigantic palettes. I'm just putting this at the inside of, like, the inside half of my lid. Similarly on this side. You all know how I feel about gigantic palettes. It seems like that shimmer row is sort of multichrome-y, but friends, the price does not excite me at all. It's $165. Each of these palettes is $165. Yes, you heard it right. That is like beyond Natasha Denona level, so I don't know what kind of pigment is in this to merit that price. If any of you have used this brand, friends, if any of you could afford to use this brand, I'm kind of curious. Is it really that good? Is it going to do my dishes? Actually, I don't mind doing the dishes. Is it going to do my laundry? Is it going to mop the floors? Like, what other things is this doing? Before we talk about the next item, I'm going to quickly go into this color Bayberry. This is a beautiful metallic shimmer. And friends, this is the type of thing that make me absolutely love Ace Beaute. Look at this shimmer. Look at it. And I'm just going to put this here. And I'm quickly with my finger blending this color into the purple. Now the issue that I have with this palette is that there isn't any dark color that I can use to darken or deepen out this purple even more. I could use this brown. I'm not a neutral loving person. I would love to use a darker purple to darken this out. I know some of you would say, well, if the palette had a matte black, you could use that. Come on, friends. We don't need that many matte blacks in our lives. We don't. I'm sure I have way more matte blacks in other palettes. Should I pull one out? Maybe another time. Anyway, moving to this eye. So ColourPop, friends, is coming out or has already released this one, which is Dreams Come True palette, which is sort of a collab between Disney Snow White and ColourPop. Everything in this collection, in my mind, is super cute and deserving of a second look, except for the palette. The palette is so 2018. The palette is yet another neutral palette with a pop of blue, and I know some of you are gonna say, oh, there is an orange, well, there is a coral. Okay, fine, but I just don't need these colors. Even the blue, I don't need these colors. Really like that lip scrubby thingy that looks like a poisoned apple. So cute, and the packaging is divine. The packaging is absolutely cute. Also, you all know how I feel about ColourPop Super Shock blushes. They are my favorite formula. Also, you all know how I feel about handheld mirrors. Do I need this? Maybe not, but I love them for good reason. And I think that lip colors are also very, very my colors. Except for the glosses, I don't do glosses. Am I going to pick anything up? Probably not, but you know, usually with ColourPop, I always look at them, make notes until things go on sale, and if any of these that I like is available, I'll just make one bundle of like everything during a sale. I mean, everything that I want to buy. Let me talk about the next thing, and this is from Mika Beauty Shop. She is releasing new multichromes, 8 shades. It's priced at $12.30 or $14.40 something cents a piece. The reason the prices are not exact is because she is in UK, I believe. Mika Beauty Shop is a brand I'm very excited about, which is part of the reason I feature her every time she comes up with something new. I have tried to purchase things from her website. I did not have luck because of the formatting of the site. She does have some very exciting, colorful palettes that are totally up my alley. But of course, she's also in UK. Maybe shipping is expensive. I haven't bought anything from her. Friends, the next thing I wanted to talk about is these. I saw them advertised through Beauty Bay. Maybe this is a new brand. Is this new or did this exist? I just got introduced to it. But Play Beauty is releasing 4 quads. They're cute, but nothing earth-shattering, and none of them is something I want to pick up. And I'm not too excited about the price. They're $31 a piece. And then they also have single powder palettes that are going to be $17 a piece. So pretty pricey to me. Okay, beauties, I'm back with Paletopoly. I picked a small brush like this, and I'm gonna go into Fanny Pack, which is this one, and this looks a little darker than that color. For comparison, I'm showing you the 2 palettes side by side so that you can see how darker this color is that I'm using. And I'm just gonna put this color at the outer edge here, and then the same thing on the other edge. Again, I just want to be able to deepen it a little beyond what that color allowed me to do. And then I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to look up, and I'm just going to, whatever color is left of it, I'm just going to brush it against my lower lash line. And then I'm going to pick the brush with the first color that I put in my transition shade, and I'm just going to buff out the color on my lower lash line. Friends, I do have very dark features, so if I on top of that have very extreme makeup, it could be a little off-putting to the average person. It might just look like I'm way more made up than I actually am. I have 2 more things to talk about. The first one is that Luxie Beauty has already released Eye Candy's bundle. It has 12 shades. And we know that Luxie Beauty is a cross between Multichrome, but a lot of their Multichromes are kind of sheer. One issue I've had with Luxie Beauty in the past is that the pans got too dry and they just shattered on their own, like they cracked and they just didn't hold. I don't know if you're Luxie Beauty and watching this, maybe that is some feedback for you to add something to the shadows to make it hold longer. I don't know. But I do have a lot of stuff from Luxie Beauty. I have purchased a good bit of their stuff, and I also do love their matte quality, and it works really well on me. Also, if I didn't already mention, this is already available. Another thing that we have mentioned in this channel about Luxie Beauty in the past is that a lot of people have complained about the fact that Luxie Beauty's swatches in photos on their site don't really represent the actual swatches if you swatch them at home. Take from that what you will, but that is a feedback and something that I've heard a lot online from different people who have used Luxie Beauty, and that has been a feedback people have given online a lot. So you can get this bundle for $36 everything together, or $3 a piece. That's kind of odd because usually when you're purchasing a full bundle, you expect some discount. So the bundle just being 3 times the price of each pan is going to detract people from wanting to buy the bundle. So I don't quite understand the logic there. And this is actually a feedback for a lot of brands. I've noticed other multichrome brands also do this. Like, even if you give $2 off, it's going to make a huge different impression than if it is exactly the same price. Because if I'm purchasing this bundle and I'm debating between a bundle versus buying them individually, I'm probably going to opt for buying them individually, only a few of them just to see. Versus if I'm like, I'll get $3 off buying the bundle, I'll just buy the bundle, you know? Although $3 nowadays doesn't even buy you coffee. It does not even buy you coffee, friends in Austin. Is this good? Am I done? I do want to put something in my inner corner, but this palette doesn't have anything that I could put in my inner corner. That's another feedback on the palette. I feel like I'm going to go a little bit out of my comfort zone and put this color in my inner corner, although this is so not going to match the rest of my eye look. But I'm going to do it, friends. I'm doing it. This is going in. Oh, this color is gorgeous. And last but not least, friends, I want to talk about new releases from Huda Beauty. She's coming out with 2 9-pan all matte palettes. They're also all neutrals, so not for me, but objectively they are very pretty. I was gonna say I like the cool toned one, but I actually like them both. Particularly that the warm toned one has a good bit of corals and orange. They're absolutely gorgeous. If I used more neutral colors, I would purchase these because I love an all matte look. Friends, I went ahead and put a little bit of Pasadena from Ofra on my lips, and that is everything for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also, don't forget, you can always write to me in the comments below in these videos what you're picking up, what you have picked up, and your thoughts on anything that's releasing. If there's something that's releasing that I didn't mention, also feel free to talk about it in the comment box below. Remind me what I need to be talking about. Thanks again, beauties. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and until next time. Bye.